Who's the best player in the country?
To the media or me?
As you see it.
Man, what the hell is Reebok doing? Y'all tripping. You got one of the most marketable WNBA athletes, not even WNBA, athletes in general.
But it's actually Indiana that has 7 points off of the turnovers that Atlanta has created until we saw Angel Reese, shout out to our teammate, Angel Reese in particular, her energy shifted. I thought when she got some of those easy baskets to go in the paint that quite frankly she had struggled with to open the ball game, that's when you saw this defense begin to pick up its energy, this dream squad to begin to play with a little more confidence.
Yeah, athletes know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and that energy is contagious because if you look at Angel Reese, she already has 7 and 9. She's already getting close to a double-double. But then also, if you think about, on the other side here, you're seeing the Indiana Fever. They're just being a little bit methodical.
Welcome back to the Clark Update. We have a startling WNBA story today that you should not read. To overlook, according to reports, Reebok terminates Angel Reese's shoe deal and makes it big. Action involving Caitlin Clark. What took place in the background? Why is Caitlin Clark the focal point of this enormous deal? And how would this alter Clark and Reese's rivalry? Let's dissect everything, because this tale is becoming wild. What if the contract that was once one of the worst parts of Angel Reese's career is now intended to elevate her to the status of one of Reebok's biggest basketball stars? Reese's social media presence, endorsements, and popularity are after a series of performances that have left people wondering about her offensive expansion. Is Reebok just making an investment in a company that is currently far bigger than the basketball player? Or is it truly witnessing the superstar performance it expected after making a large investment in Reese? Because after what happened against Indiana, it's becoming more difficult to ignore that question. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you enjoy the content. It may surprise you to learn that almost 73% of visitors have not yet subscribed. IT only takes a second and is free. However, it is really important to us. Have you already subscribed? Fantastic. I sincerely appreciate your help now. Return to the video.
What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment. ESPN's coverage of this toxic turd of a league, it is more embarrassing than this never-ending burn on my lip that just refuses to go away. Allow Uncle KC to give you some valuable advice. Don't ever get so excited to eat your mother's cooking that the food burns your lip, especially if you're on camera every day, because this damn thing is taking forever to heat.
Reebok didn't simply put Angel Reese's name on any old pair of sneakers and call it a day. Reese was the second player in the WNBA to obtain a signature sneaker from Reebok after signing a multi-year contract with the firm, and disclosed that she would obtain her own.
Did you guys hear that Angel Reese, that WNBA basketball player that does nothing but drama, Reebok has pulled their endorsements and sponsors?
Yeah, I am still laughing about what went down last night in that game against the Fever and the Dream Dog. Caitlin Clark laughing at Angel Reese about that last miss. Man, it was just so much going on in that game that had me laughing my butt off. It was ridiculous. But this right here is the cherry on top. All right, during the halftime, I usually speak over these women, and I was seeing my chat just going in. They were like, man, they glazing Angel off of this terrible performance. And I was like, hold on, man, I got to go back and listen. And when I listened to it, man, I done gained 8 abs, dog. I done broke my side laughing so hard. This is crazy work. It's almost like they can't say anything.
Furthermore, it subjected Reese to a whole new degree of scrutiny, since if a company has when you have a unique product surrounding you, people will unavoidably start to wonder if your performance justify the investment's size.
Angel Reese even said she was playing like trash. Check this out.
Well, Angel, your team on a 17-4 run right now. You started that with a 7-0 run. How did you kind of get things going for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing like shit in the beginning, but it's a game of runs. You got to put that in your back pocket.
Well, Angel.
Yeah, you continued to play like shit throughout the game. Pardon the language. You cursed, so I did. You continued to play like complete garbage. And now here we have ESPN double-double duel in Atlanta. And the truth is, neither one of these bigs played well. Aaliyah Boston was missing layups terribly too, as she's been doing for the last.
The conversation about basketball takes a very different turn on August 16th. 2026 in a game where everything was all ready. The Indiana Fever was hosted by the Atlanta Dream, as any TV producer would want, due to the fact that playoff placement was in danger. Angel Reese was on the other side, Caitlin Clark was returned, and the established college rivalry was simmering in the background, like a gripping story just waiting to be unlocked.
We stop with the comparisons with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Can you let it die now? Caitlin Clark is embarrassing this girl. And I halfway feel sorry for Angel Reese. Not what you think, though. It's not because they're viciously attacking her online. It's not that. I don't feel bad about that because they do it to Clark all the time. She deserves it. She wanted this. Angel Reese wanted this. They're not just watching for one person. They're watching for me, too. Remember that? She's been trying to prove that she's been better than Caitlin Clark this entire time.
Unfortunately for Reese, the basketball was at the center of the story. Then Reese started to have trouble, particularly after the game has begun. She slowly finished the first half with 9 rebounds and 7 points on 3 of 10 attempts during the halftime interview. The most accurate scouting report anyone could find was probably Reese's admission that she had been playing horribly. Have provided at the moment, the Fever won 95-91 in overtime, and the tide finally flipped. In spite of this, Reese ended with 6 assists, 14 rebounds, and 15 points. Consequently, this was not a statistical disaster, whereby she contributed nothing at all. However, when a professional basketball player is presented with an uncontested opportunity, the expectation is quite clear when the game is on the line around the hoop, which is why that final opportunity was so clear that it turned into the picture that many people remembered. Finish the play.
Spent the entire day yesterday trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a professional basketball player. They tried to convince us that Angel Reese is the most dominant player in the league. Problem is, we have eyes, and no one, and I mean no one, believes. You know, I almost feel bad for Angel Reese. Keyword, almost. I would feel bad for her if she refused to believe the lie that she is a...
There is no demand for a PhD dissertation on offensive technique. Their goal is for the ball to enter the basket, which is important as the player's reputation has mostly been built on her physicality, rebounding prowess, and the capacity to manage the paint. Reese's ability to produce more stuff has always been her strongest suit. Asset. She hits the glass, battles for offensive rebounds, and uses her physical presence to make it difficult for defenders. That part of her game is real, according to the statistics. Before the game, she had the most rebounds in the league, and she finished. Scored a career-high 11 offensive points and 15 points and 17 rebounds against Toronto earlier this season. Rebounds, and no one should pretend that those statistics don't matter because they clearly do, but that's exactly what music is all about. Once teams know exactly what they intend to do, the game becomes considerably more challenging. Defenders can prevent you from driving pathways if they know that the area surrounding the basket is where you pose the greatest threat. If they are conscious, they can give up because your three-point threat is unreliable. Before you even try, they may prepare for such attempts. Your move if they know which rim finishes you prefer.
ESPN, y'all have to do better. Y'all have to do better. Y'all have to get some actual honest media at some point. ESPN has embarrassed themselves. You have Monica McNutt and company. You know the crew, Andrea Carter, Chinny Ogumake. They were on ESPN on the telecast, on the broadcast, lying about Angel Reese's performance. You got ESPN pretending like Angel Reese played well. Andrea Carter lying, saying Angel Reese wasn't missing her layups. They were getting blocked, or it was the defense.
Professional defenses are therefore designed to make players employ skills they aren't used to. Therefore, physicality is not enough on its own. Reese's offensive progress has been questioned, has now kept up with her growing notoriety. The internet reacted to this news with its usual subtlety. Of course, I have no intention of being subtle. Due to Reese's missed layups, some critics believed that he had forgotten the basics of basketball. Some saw each difficult finish as evidence that she shouldn't be performing professionally. A T1 point, a squandered opportunity, became a referendum on her entire career. At that point, It's important to differentiate between legitimate critique and internet theater. Reese's squandered opportunities are not the real issue. In fact, one of the biggest personal brands in women's basketball is developing into a fully fledged. The talk about her suggests that she should be a defensive player, but the issue is the type of shot she lacks, as well as the attention from the media. That brings us right back to Reebok. Terminate the agreement because her subpar performance is not nearly as nuanced as Reebok's perspective.
The only thing she has over Clark is rebounds. And I'm halfway looking at them because half of them come from you missing and the other half comes from you shoving people out the way under the rim. Like you did Clark last night. Like you did Natasha Howard last season when you wanted to fight. Like you do everybody else, you're slapping them in the face. She plays dirty under the rim and she crosses her finger and squeezes her butt cheeks that the referees will not call it. That's what's going on with her. We got to stop. You got great players. You got good players. There's a difference. Y'all are trying to push Angel Reese in the great player category when anybody who can see she's nowhere near Caitlin Clark's level. Nowhere near.
At that time, ESPN joins the conversation. Reese's offensive stats have been difficult to defend, but critics have accused a number of ESPN personalities of overpraising her. Following the Fever game, the criticism grew more intense when Reese was shooting poorly early in the game, but the advantages of the halftime discussion continued to emphasize energy, rebounding, and overall presence. This is the moment when discomfort emerges if Reese fights for offensive boards, generates additional possessions, and gathers 9 rebounds and a half, and boosts defensive effort. Commentators are free to discuss those topics. Consequently, it's not always a bad thing to compliment a player's skills, but when her offensive flaws become evident, the conversation may turn away from the basketball-related topic on the screen and instead concentrate on her disposition, capacity for rebounding, zeal, or influence.
Good to great plays. You see Caitlin orchestrating. It's like both sides are leaning into their strengths on this one.
Let's go back to Angel really quickly, though, because she was part of the catalyst that you saw to be able to change things around. And she said to Holly, I just feel like I needed to take a deep breath and maybe stop overthinking some of these.
Oh, I've been there. I've been there. Like, sometimes the basket is too open. Right. She's used to getting double teamed. She's used to triple teams, and she's used to contact. And so sometimes when you see her, like, wait, what's coming? You want to look over your shoulder. But she settled into the game well. And what I like is she's been such a great mentor also to Medina.
The standard should therefore increase rather than decrease. Reese's offensive game still needs work. However, he has the potential to be a marketable star, a strong rebounder, a physically formidable player, and a significant character. Her resilience is incredibly valuable. Her capacity to produce additional possessions could change the outcome of a game, and her physical presence offers opportunities. She still needs to improve, though. Shooting, finishing, and making offensive choices. People naturally start to question whether the basketball performance is appropriate. With the magnitude of the marketing campaign, Reese's situation is unpleasant because of this. Reebok is not just a shoe. Bears her name. Reese needs to demonstrate that the brand's basketball player can develop beyond her current areas of expertise since the business is building its basketball brand around her.
There is a picture floating around online because we all remember the final seconds of this basketball game. Yes, when Angel Reese could have won the game, had all the bragging rights over Caitlin Clark, at least for this one here. Well, Angel Reese missed the damn layup. Now, for all of the Angel Reese fans, I just want y'all to calm down because this is nothing new. She's been missing layups.
Her rebounding has never been the primary worry because she has continuously demonstrated that she can dominate the glass. The most crucial question is whether she can advance offensively to the point where defenses cannot just concentrate their entire defensive strategy on obstructing her favored routes to the hoop, and there is still no answer to that query. As of this now, Reese's good news is that the story is far from finished because the August 16th game demonstrates why summarizing her performance in terms of a single lost chance would be inadequate.
What it is, but this weekend has to be one of the worst weekends ever for Angel Reese, bruh. I mean, she became a meme last game. She became a super duper meme this game. And all I got to tell you is, Caitlin Clark, truly.
Her rebounding has never been the primary worry because she has continuously demonstrated that she can dominate the glass. The most crucial question is whether she can advance offensively to the point where defenses cannot just concentrate their entire defensive strategy on obstructing her favored routes to the hoop, and there is still no answer to that query. As of this now, Reese's good news is that the story is far from finished because the August 16th game demonstrates why summarizing her performance in terms of a single lost chance would be inadequate.
Playing basketball, or should I say, attempting to play basketball. Multiple wide open. She was so wide open, you couldn't see anybody else on the screen with her, and she still missed a layup. A chance to win the game at the buzzer, wide open, fundamental, layup, kiss it off the backboard. Can't do that either. Getting blocked left and right, Michaela Timpson, Monique Billings treating her.
Consequently, it is equally absurd to say that Reese is suddenly unable to play basketball, that any criticism of her game is unfair. She is actually an excellent rebounder with outstanding athletic and defensive skills. Worth. Nevertheless, her evaluation as a professional is still heavily influenced by her attacking limitations. Athlete. Her ability to improve as a finisher and how consistently she shoots will ultimately determine how far her game can go. How adept she is at attacking different defensive stances and punishing opponents who leave her vulnerable. If certain places improve, the conversation changes, but if they don't, people will keep observing. The stark contrast between her degree of notoriety and her aggressive style's flaws, despite Reebok's continuous marketing of Reese, demonstrates that the business is still committed to the collaboration, and the Angel Reese one is already. Despite being a well-known hallmark product rather than a theoretical idea, Reese is nevertheless to criticism. Conversely, expectations increase as a brand scale